Welcome to the Lendy Cows Week 2017 competitor briefing. My name's Phil Hagan and I'm the Regatta Director, and once again this year we're sending this out to you to view online for those of you who can't make the Friday evening briefing at the Yacht Haven. This year, the PROs, Peter Bateson. Peter is a member of the Royal Southern Yacht Club, has been one of our principal course setters for many years, and has been PRO previously for Cows Week. Peter will look after you on Saturday through to Wednesday. Simon van der Baal, who was your PRO last year for the Thursday to Saturday, and again this year, is from the Royal Yacht Squadron. Shore locations. The Lendy Cows Week Regatta Centre is located down on the just at the back of the parade, and this is where you'll come for registrations, any declarations, inquiries, protest hearings, etc. The official notice board locations are on our website and at the Regatta Centre. And the white group, which is the dayboat classes, will also be posted at the Island Sailing Club, and this is as normal, and this will be on the pathway on the notice board just down at the side of the club. And I should point out that the Regatta Centre is for any inquiries that you might have. Please come along there and somebody will hopefully sort any issues or queries that you have. Safety and emergency procedures, never one of the best subjects, but very, very important. For any personal injury while at sea, severe illness, or the boat is in danger, please use channel 16 and contact the Solent Coast Guard. If you are instructed to land somebody, a casualty at Trinity Landing, as you'll see in the picture here, that is just off the parade, just as you come in the Medina River on the right hand side, and in fact is just in front of the Regatta Centre. First aid facilities this year, Regatta Centre, we have basic first aid facilities there, as do Cowes Yacht Haven, and Cowes Medical Centre is just on Newport Road in Cowes. If you've got a non-emergency call to the NHS, please use the 111 service. It's very good here on the island, and that's probably one of the first ports of call. Communication. All the channels again same as last year. Bramble line channel, VHF channel 02, Royal Yacht Squadron line 03, Schrape line 04, Black Group committee vessel 22, and White Group committee vessel 05. These 5 channels you will not be able to call back to the race committee on. We use them just one side of that channel, so you can hear us, but the race officers cannot hear you if you call back onto that, and that's for obvious reasons of keeping the racing going and it not being broken down by too many people coming back to the race officer. If you have the need to get in touch with the race committee, please use VHF channel 77. After starting, we ask you to go to a common channel. So all Black Group, after starting, please switch to 02 if you're not already on that. And if you start on the Bramble line, you'll already be on that for the start, so please continue. But if it's on a day when you're starting on the Royal Yacht Squadron line, please make sure after start you go from 03 to 02. And the same for the White Group. Your common channel is VHF channel 03. This means that we can contact the classes as necessary for anything such as shortened courses or any general announcement that need to be made. Lines, gates and exclusion zone. Our 3 main lines: Bramble line, which is normally used for the Black Group start, but last year we started the White Group from it with great success, and we intend to do so again this year on 1 or more occasions. And this will depend on the weather for the boats, whichever is going to provide the best sailing. The Royal Yacht Squadron line, the standard line, which is between the Shore and Lendy Alpha Buoy, Lendy Alpha Buoy 8-2, and that's the normal White Group start and occasionally Black Groups, and normally the Black Group will finish on there. This year we have an event, the Triple Crown, and that's running from the Tuesday to Thursday, and I'll give a little bit more information about that in a few minutes. But that will use an outer start line, and that will be between Lendi Alpha and Williams Shipping, and for the finish it will be between a committee boat just anchored south of the Williams Shipping and the Lendi Alpha buoy. The Schrape line, normally used for white group finishes, it may be used under certain circumstances as a start line, but the intention is that this will be used as normal for finishes and predominantly white group finishing. South Bramble Gate, that's still in place this year, been very successful. It helps us bring the boats through the centre of the Solent, extending our opportunity for building courses, but keeping you away from start and finish lines. And this year, as I mentioned, the Triple Crown will be starting on the Tuesday to Thursday, and we've put in place an exclusion zone marked here on the diagram, and from 09:30 to 10:10 on those days this will be marshalled, and we would ask people to stay clear. These boats, which are up to 100 foot in length, need space to start and need space to clear the line. Once that has happened, the exclusion zone will be lifted and you'll be free to move into that area, but we ask you to respect that for those boats' safety and for them to start. Hazards and the precautionary area. In this area, and I'd ask you to get our safety booklet, which details more of these diagrams of the track that the commercial vessels take in and out of Southampton water. Should you need to do, and you're in that area, the use of the engine is permitted under W1.7 and B1.7, but you must report this to the protest committee. I'd also ask that there's no crossing of start and finish lines, and indeed if you're not starting, in any case we would ask you to stay clear of the boats that are. I know you would wish that for yourselves when you're starting, so please respect that for the ones that are starting in front of you. And the other area which we've talked about is the Royal Yacht Squadron outer start line restricted zone. Small boat moorings, whichever direction you're sailing, please stay clear of these. They are at the north of the breakwater, and you need to stay north of row R, and these will rank as an obstruction for the purposes of Rule 19 and 20. The colour of these buoys on row R is orange and red, so please don't get caught out. Make sure you stay to the north of that line. Declarations, these must be made as soon as possible after finishing, and in any case within 1 hour. Please use your registered mobiles, and I restate that it must be the registered mobile which you should have done at the time of entering or at the point of registration. And for those of you who have used the service before, please note the message number has changed. And just please make a note that this year it is 0238001802. And the format, that's unchanged this year. The first thing we want to know is your boat's time. In this case, in this example, it's 1624, followed by, we want to know the boat ahead, GBT, 1234T, sorry, that should be GBR. And the boat behind. If you don't know those two, then please just put unknown as you see in brackets. Also, it would be a point to send in retired or DNC. Declarations. Apologies, we're on to penalties and protests for redress. Penalties, sailing instructions. Do state in BD 1.1 and WD 1.1 that penalty turns are not allowed at Lendi Cowsweek. If you've broken one of the or more of the rules in part 2 in an incident while racing, RRS 31, use signal acceptance on the water by flying a yellow flag. and this must be done at the first reasonable opportunity. And you need to keep this displayed right the way through the finish line. That's vitally important. That must be flown as you finish, so that's picked up by the finishing team. Protests, again in the sailing instructions, BD 2.1 and WD 2.1, you must display a protest flag, which is the red flag, at the first reasonable opportunity. And also don't forget to hail the words protest. You must take every opportunity to inform the boats that you are protesting them for an incident. And again, we remind you that these flags are no good down at the chart table or packed away in a roll somewhere. Please, before you start your race, you should bring them up on deck, and you should have them handy in a bag or something on deck near you. It's very important at the point that an incident happens that you're able to display the protest flag and hail. It's at this point that the chances are the other boat is looking towards you, and this is the time to do it. And equally, if you've been protested and you wish to accept and exonerate yourself by flying the yellow flag, it's helpful for the other boat to see you do that straight away. Requesting redress. If you think you're on the course side, you've got a scoring query, please come down to the Regatta Centre, complete a competitor query form, and we find that in most cases that gets settled very quickly that way. And finally, don't forget our prize giving. That will be held at the Cowes Yacht Haven, and that will be on Saturday, the last Saturday at 7 p.m. So we look forward to seeing you there and to pick up the prizes that you've hopefully enjoyed fighting for out on the water. If you have any other queries at all, please come down to the Regatta Centre to the front desk, and we'll be pleased to help you. So we look forward to seeing you and hope you have an excellent week. Thank you for watching this video.